Yo, what's going on, YouTube world? You guys already know it's your main man, Mr. Tyreek Rants, coming back to y'all with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what it is. I would really appreciate that. It mean the world to me. Anyways, though, today, y'all, I want to get into this conversation, and I'm going to call this the rule of 5 inches. Now, I'm going to explain to you guys what this means because I saw this video and I kind of want to go and explain to you what I saw and for you guys to kind of understand this because I feel like a lot of gentlemen don't get this. So anyways, let's get into it. So I was watching this video, I think like yesterday or a couple days ago, and I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the show Pop the Balloon. If not, just Google it, search it. Maybe you'll find some reels on your social media somewhere. And I saw this specific clip of this specific episode, and there was this gentleman that was like 6'1", right? And then he's talking about, you know, all these things, and then there was this girl that popped the balloon. So the host goes up and she's like, "Hey, why did you pop your balloon?" And this girl's like, "We are the same height." And she's looking at this girl, like the host, and she's like, "No, you're not." And she's like, "Yes, we are. Me and that guy are the same height. I don't want to date a guy that's the same height as me. I need a guy that's taller than me." And then she asked the girl, "How tall are you?" And the girl had stated, "I'm 5'9". And then everyone looks confused. The other girls look confused. The host was confused. The guy was confused. Everyone was trying to figure out, what is she saying? Like, what do you mean? So the guy and the girl go back to back. Keep in mind, the girl is wearing heels. So they stand back to back, and the guy is about, I would say about 3 inches taller than her, 4 inches taller than her. So what the heel is, maybe it's like an inch or two heels. Maybe she's around barefoot 5'8"-ish, maybe somewhere around there. And the guy is 6'1" barefoot, right? So everyone was just like, "You're in heels and he's still taller than you." And she was like, "Yeah, not really." And people were so confused. They're like, "What are you talking about? What are you the same height?" So I'm going to explain that to you guys because I feel like I read in the comment section that a lot of guys were like, "Oh, she was weird and maybe she just didn't like him, so she was trying to find a reason on how to get out of it. Like she didn't know how to say she just wasn't feeling him, so she just said that they were the same height and he's too short." So I was trying to explain this to people and I don't think people really understood it, so I wanted to make a video explaining what she was really saying. I think that she just didn't know how to say it. So basically what the rule of 5 is, and this is, I don't know if this is something that's online or some not fitness, dating gurus have said, but this is something that I have kind of discovered on my own. So this is just my personal opinion. And I just want guys to kind of understand this. So the rule of 5 or 5 inches, really, what that is the average woman in the United States. I live in the United States. I'm a United States based. I don't know what the average is in other countries, but I'm just using the United States as an example. The average woman in the United States is 5 feet 4 inches, right? The average American man in the United States is 5'9". So a man that's 5'9" is the equivalent of a 5'4" woman. So that's the rule of 5. So basically, if you're a 5'4" woman, theoretically, if she was a male, she would be 5'9". So basically, you can use that basically for anything. So if a woman is 5'7", you add 5 inches to that. What is 5 inches from 5'7"? That is 6 feet tall. So basically, 5'7" to 6 is the equivalent of 6 foot to a woman. So when she says we are the same height and she's 5'7", she's basically saying if I was a guy, I would be 6 feet because that's the rule of 5. Basically, what she was saying is that she wants someone above that. So basically, essentially, a woman, really, this specific woman, not all women care, but what this woman's basically saying is like, you need to be at least 6 inches taller than me. You know what I mean? Because from her logic and from just the stat, they are the same height in theory, if that makes any sense. Not literally, but from a man and woman perspective, they are about the same height. So basically what she is saying is that, you know, you're short because we're the same height. As in, you would basically be what I would be if I was a man. And she wants to feel like a female. Like, she wants to feel like a girl. She wants to feel small. She wants to feel feminine. So for her perspective, if she's 5'8" or whatever she is, she wants a guy that's at least 6'2". You know what I mean? Now, like I've said, is that unrealistic? Sure, most men aren't going to be 6'2", right? But for this specific woman in this video, and probably a lot of women, that's what she prefers. She prefers at least a guy that's at least 6'2". And because he was 6'1", he was a little too short. So the reason why I really did this video is because I just really want to educate you guys, especially men, because a lot of men did not understand what that meant and a lot of men were confused. And at the end of the day, there's not much you can do with women like this. I mean, if a woman is not interested in you because she feels like you are too short, there's not much you can do. There are plenty other women out there in the world that's going to love you for the way that you are, and you should definitely go and find that. And that's her loss, because the guy seemed like an amazing dude and he seemed like such a great catch. So at the end of the day, you can only do what's in your control. You can't change how you were born and how tall you get to be. So at the end of the day, you can only change what you can change, and remember the rule of 5, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of women that will apply this logic, even though it doesn't make sense to a lot of people. To a lot of women, it makes sense to them. And I'm very glad that I was able to inform you guys and educate you guys on this, because I feel like a lot of men needed to hear this. So do what you will with that information, but I appreciate you guys if you watch to the very end. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm gonna keep banging out videos and doing the best that I can to educate you guys and just give you dating tips and advice, because I love this. And this has been your favorite boy, Mr. Tyreek Rants. To the next video. Peace.